What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I have a cool video for you guys today. I think this one is going to be a little bit unique and different as far as reviews are concerned. So I decided to pull all of the beauty blenders and beauty sponges that I have in my collection. And I don't have every single beauty blender that they have in the community. Every brand has a beauty blender now. And I say beauty blender very loosely because the word or the word beauty blender is actually a brand. It's less about the tool, it's more about the actual brand. So beauty blender is a brand of sponges. They are kind of the originator of the beauty sponge. And then I have others from other brands that have their own beauty sponge. So let's just go ahead, jump right in, and I will share my thoughts and opinions on the ones that I do have. So up until my recent Allure Beauty box, I have never owned a beauty blender sponge, not from the original brand beauty blender. In our Allure box, I think it's either January box or February box. I have both and they kind of came at the exact same time because I ordered my Allure box later in January. But I got the original beauty blender micro mini beauty blender. So they came in these cute little like off white, pinkish, palish pink colors, and they're minis, they're small. It gets a little bit bigger, and I'll take it out of the packaging so you guys can see it, but it gets a little bit bigger than this little guy when you wet it. It gets a little bit larger than this, but not very much. But it is perfect for kind of getting around the nose and getting underneath the eyes, or like right above your eyebrow bone when you want to blend out concealer and things like that. So it was still very helpful, and it helped me determine whether or not I would ever consider buying a larger beauty blender and paying full price for them, because they never go on sale. And they're pricey. I think that one beauty blender is like $20 or something like that. And if you buy a pack of 2, it's 40 bucks. So I thought it might be a little bit helpful if we kind of just talk through some of the ones that I've had prior, talk about softness, talk about quality, and how long they hold up. So I've owned several in my years of beauty. And I've had the Walmart brand, which is the Equate brand right here. They are called the Color Correcting Blender Sponge Set. It says it has vitamin E in it, and this one is, I have one left. Actually, this one came in this set. It came on this, actually, it's a different one. Yeah, no, this is the one. It came on this side. So here's the set. This particular sponge is purple, as you can see, came on this side, and then it came with 2 others. I used the other 2 that they came with, and at that particular time, I had fallen in love with beauty sponges and I was using them faithfully. So I used those and ended up discarding of them because, of course, they were falling apart by the time I finished using them. So I own, and I hauled this recently, you guys would have seen it in one of my last videos. This is a Sonia Kashuk makeup blending, it's called the Makeup Blender Assortment Set. And you get 2 full-size blenders and 3 mini blenders. And so it looks like this. They're really cute. And here goes the one that I'm currently in use of. This is the largest one. It comes in over here. It comes in the set. It's the largest in the set. And when you wet this, it gets even bigger. This is actually one of the largest blenders I've ever owned. It's rather large. I can find it a little tough to use at times to get underneath the eye to blend or into those smaller spaces. But if you do squeeze it down, it does work a little bit easier for you. It is soft. I just cleansed mine yesterday. I usually cleanse these about 1 to 2 times a week, excuse me. And I find that the longer you have them and the more you cleanse them, like, and use them, squeezing them, because when you're washing them, you're having to like squeeze soap out of them and everything. When you wash them, the more you wash them, the easier it is for you to use them in the future. Like, they get softer as time goes along, if that makes sense. This one started off a little bit stiffer than I like, but now it is nice and soft and, you know, movable. And I find it to be a little easier to kind of chunk it, like pinch it like this and get underneath the eye. And because it is so large, you can cover a lot of your face fairly quickly if you like to apply foundation with a beauty sponge. It does apply makeup well. it gives your skin a really beautiful look, but I think that all beauty sponges ultimately do that unless they're just crap. And I have never tried one that was just awful. This one is really good. I would definitely repurchase this. I think it's super cute, and for the price, I think it's like $15 for the entire set. It's not a bad price at all, because one beauty blender from the actual Beauty Blender brand is, like I said, $20 or more. So I do think that this is worth the money, and I would repurchase this. This is from Sonia Kashuk, and Sonia Kashuk products are sold at Target. I really like this. I would definitely repurchase it. I think that you have to be a little bit patient though, because you definitely have to give it time to soften up. Next, I'm going to talk about two from Equate, and these actually surprised me. These didn't take as long. I have two. This one looks like this, and it's kind of like this little orange guy, which is what the original beauty blenders used to look like, and it is torn here because I have used it quite a bit. And then the purple guy over here, he's also starting to get a little bit torn, but he has a nice little slope here that makes it real easy to get underneath the eyes and, you know, between the eyebrows and things like that. It has a nice pointed tip that I really enjoy, and both of these are from the brand Equate, which is the Walmart brand, right? And this is the packaging here. The one that I have in here that you see is a Real Technique sponge. So this is not from the Equate brand, but I just kind of house it in here because it's new. So anyway, these are really nice and soft. It took me some time to really decide how I felt about these, because I was using them simultaneously with the Real Techniques sponges. And I thought to myself, well, I really like the Real Techniques, because the Real Technique sponge, which I actually have right here, I have two of them. And like I said, this is my third one over here, but these two are actually being used. If you can't tell, they have a little bit of nicks and bumps on them too. They're really soft, and they start off soft, and once you wet them, they get even softer, and it's really easy to maneuver and do your makeup with. And they come in so many different sizes and shapes, and they're one of the absolute best. And so because I started off with that, I wasn't really sure how I felt about the Equate one, but as time went on, it's kind of like the Sonia Kashuk ones. When you give them that second to third wash, they kind of start to really soften up. It's almost like you got to beat them up a little bit for them to kind of get a little bit of movability. And so I'm really enjoying them now, but I think because I can get the Real Technique ones, I think I would purchase those. So I can get an entire set of Real Techniques beauty sponges for like $17. And if I wait till they go on sale, I can get a whole set for like anywhere between $12 to $13. That's worth it to me. And I do like the softness that it provides a little bit more than the Equate brand does. Now, this doesn't mean, because the Equate brand I think is like $8 for 3 or 4 sponges, making it definitely worth the money. Especially if you're willing to kind of give it some time, wash them a couple times, and then just kind of, you know, apply them to using them to apply product to your face. Basically, just use them. If you give them time, they will soften up. And I find that to be kind of consistent across the board for the most part with all the beauty products or beauty blenders and sponges that I have tried. If you just give them time, they will soften up. But sometimes you may not want to wait for that. And then also, if you have sensitive skin, or you know, you just really have sensory issues where it does matter if something's touching your face and if it's hard or soft, if those things immediately matter to you and you're not willing to wait the time or progression for the sponge to soften up, then I would definitely go ahead and start off with the Real Techniques. With that said, I'm going to talk about the Beauty Blender brand. Okay, again, that Beauty Blender is the actual sponge. They're kind of like the originator of the beauty sponge. Well, I have never owned a full-size one, like I said, but these minis are bomb, and they have literally changed the game for me. Like, so I think that if I were, like, I didn't have, like, you know, sometimes you just want to splurge a little bit and do something extra for yourself, and I wanted to purchase a makeup product, I would definitely go and purchase the $20 beauty blender, because I know that I'm going to have it, especially with all the other ones I have, I'm going to have it for a while. And the softness that this thing has, like, I don't know what the difference is between the, like, as far as, I guess it's the microfiber. Like, this, guys, is soft. Like, it's not even wet. This is slightly damp. This is dry. and it is super soft. I have another one because 2 of them came in our Allure box, and I used one today under my eyes and around my nose and to like set between my eyebrows and everything. Y'all, this is so good. I definitely see why people brag and go on and on and on and rave about the Beauty Blender brand, because it really is a superior softness, and I really did enjoy using it. And so because of that superior softness and because of the immediate quality difference that you notice, if you see fit to how it, like basically you can afford it and it's not going out of your budget, or you just don't mind spending it rather, I would definitely say go for the Beauty Blender. it is definitely superior in quality. However, I still 100% would support and go with a Real Techniques Beauty Blender also. So basically, while I would pick up a $20 Beauty Blender, I'm not going to spend $40 on it. $20 is kind of my max, and I'm going to get one product for that, and I know that, and that's something that I'm okay with. That's a splurge that I would make on myself. But am I going to go do it right now? No. I'm perfectly happy with the set of sponges that I'm currently using, and I have so many more of these Sonia Kashuk ones to get through. This is a year or more supply for me. Especially with all of these over here that I still have left to use, it's going to be a while before I need any beauty blenders. And look, so I'm really glad that Allure sent these little beauty blender minis, because it gives me a really good idea of whether or not I would ever purchase it. Because to be honest with you guys, for years I was like, ain't no way I'm spending $20 on a sponge, and I never have. And now I would, but like I said, $20 is my max. If it's not 2 for $20 or just the 1 for $20, I'm not buying it. I'm not gonna do it, because I'm gonna go over here, pick up the Sonia Kashuk one, and I'm gonna invest the time of washing it 2 to 3 times to get it to be as soft as I want it to be. Or I'll just go with the Real Techniques that is immediately, you know, soft out of the package, and when I wet it, it's like awesome. It's perfect. It's not a beauty blender. There is a visible difference, but it works. The Real Techniques brand delivers. It is beautiful application to the skin. Now I will say this, I did notice a huge difference with the way my under eye makeup looked today versus the way it has looked in the past using the Beauty Blender versus using like the Real Techniques or the Sonia Kashuk. There is a visible difference. It applies better. It applies more even. I mean, I was barely touching the under eye area, which is important, especially the older you get. You don't want to be tugging and pulling under that sensitive skin under there. It causes fine lines and wrinkles to take place. So for those reasons, heck yeah, I would purchase a beauty blender. Like the last 2-3 months, I've been loving my Real Techniques buffing brush to apply foundation with. I really feel like it gives me like great results. I love that I never have any streak marks. I can kind of get through my foundation fairly quickly, and the application is beautiful. But sometimes I want like that airbrush look, and I will whip out a beauty blender or beauty sponge and just go to town on my face, and then kind of go on top of that with a brush to kind of really smooth and even things out. So it depends, right? Different strokes for different folks. Kind of depends on the look you're going for and all that. But I will tell you this, again, I noticed a huge difference today applying my under eye makeup with this beauty blender versus using one of these other sponges. So I don't know, hopefully that is helpful to you guys. I thought it would be kind of a cool type video to do on a beauty tool instead of like makeup and some of these other things that we tend to normally talk about. I'm definitely gonna purchase a full-size beauty blender one of these days, sometime soon, because the way it went underneath the eye today, like the makeup and how airbrushed it looked and how easy it was to apply powder underneath. And I mean, it was just so good. It was like the concealer behaved. And normally I have to like go back in and fix areas, and I didn't have to do any of that. It was so good. So for that reason, Allure got me. Really quickly, we'll go over the brands again that I have had the pleasure of having a beauty blender experience with. Sonia Kashuk, and that's sold at Target. Equate, which is the Walmart beauty sponge brand. Real Techniques, I've tried they have them in different colors, different shapes, different sizes. I've tried them all and I love them all. And now the actual original beauty blender. And I definitely will be 100% honest by saying the original Beauty Blender is my favorite. It looked the best as far as making my makeup apply the best, and it was easiest to use. It was like air on my skin as I pounced that little thing around underneath my eye and between my eyebrows this morning to get dressed. It was a breeze, and it applied so evenly and so quickly and so flawlessly that it definitely made me take notice compared to my other ones. And so for that reason, I would definitely repurchase one myself. But like I said, $20 is kind of my max on that. With tax, $22 or whatnot. I'm not willing to purchase a beauty sponge for more than that from this particular brand. But in the future, I will continue to purchase the Sonia Kashuk ones, and I will continue to purchase the ones from Real Technique. I would even go for the Real Technique brand over the Sonia Kashuk one. So in order of the ones that I've tried, Beauty Blender is number 1, Real Techniques is number 2, Sonia Kashuk would take 3rd place, and the Equate would take 4th place. And I think that kind of makes sense, especially if we're talking about in order of cost, because that's kind of where they fall. The Beauty Blender is about $20 to $22. The one from, if you buy one sponge from Real Techniques, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's like, between $5 to $10, or like $8. I'll find it and kind of pop it somewhere on the screen or below. And then the one from Sonia Kashuk, just this one alone was $10. Okay, this entire set, I think, no, this was $8 and the whole set was $15 or something like that. So I'll put all those numbers below, but they fare in order of like the quality. You pay for what you get, basically. You pay for what you get, and that's just life, right? I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget, rate, comment, subscribe, let's chat, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.